Yo, it's your boy Zirk, and today we got to talk about something wild. TRT, testosterone replacement therapy. You know that thing every podcast bro and their grandma's on now? That miracle drug that's gonna make you jacked, rich, and able to wake up at 4 a.m. to conquer the day? Yeah, that shit. Now, some dude just dropped a video saying TRT is more dangerous than steroids. And at first I was like, nah, this man is tripping. How is doctor-prescribed testosterone more dangerous than buying Tren from the gym parking lot? But then I watched the whole thing, and bro, he might be right. Not because TRT is physically worse, nah. It's because of the psychology, the control, the way it turns masculinity into a subscription service. You thought Netflix was bad. Wait till you gotta make monthly payments on your balls working. So today, we breaking this down. We investigating. We exposing the truth. Because TRT might be the biggest scam of the 21st century. Let's go. All right, so first let's understand the difference. Steroids. You take them to become superhuman, to bench press 500 pounds, to look like a Greek god, to win competitions. You know you're cheating. You know it's dangerous, but you do it anyway because you want to be exceptional. TRT. You take it because you're supposedly broken, because your body ain't working right, because you need medicine just to be a normal man. You see the difference? And that's the trap, because steroids don't require you to admit you're inadequate first. You just say, I want to be jacked, and you do it. But TRT, you got to go to a doctor, or more likely an influencer who runs a pill mill and say, Doc, I'm tired. I can't focus. My dick don't work. I'm not a real man. Please fix me. And then they give you the drugs. You see how that's different psychologically? One is, I want to be Superman. The other is, I'm broken, please make me normal. And once you admit you're broken, once you accept that you need external testosterone just to function, you're hooked. You're now dependent on a drug just to feel like a man. And that's where the danger starts. Here's the wildest part. TRT is for life. Once you start, your body stops making its own testosterone. Your balls shrink, not just physically, though, yeah, that happens too, but they stop working. So now you need the injections forever. It's like signing up for a gym membership, except if you cancel, your dick stops working. $200 a month, every month, forever. Miss a payment, your testosterone crashes, your mood tanks, your energy dies. You become dependent not just on the drug, but on the system, on your job, on your insurance, on your income. You now got another bill to pay, another reason to grind, another reason you can't quit your job, can't take a break, can't walk away. Because if you do, you lose your masculinity. That's some Black Mirror shit right there. Now here's where it gets dark. Y'all remember the opioid crisis? OxyContin? Back in the day, doctors were scared to prescribe opioids because they knew addiction potential. People get hooked. But then the Sackler family, the pharmaceutical company behind Oxy, started pushing this narrative. Doctors are being too cautious about opioids. There's an epidemic of untreated pain. People are suffering because of outdated fears about addiction. Sound familiar? Because right now, the TRT industry is saying the exact same thing. Doctors are being too cautious about TRT. There's an epidemic of low testosterone. Men are suffering because of outdated fears. Same playbook, different drug. And just like with Oxy, they got influencers and doctors running pill mills getting rich off it. Except instead of people dying of overdoses, you just got dudes who are permanently dependent on injections. Can't overdose on TRT, so it's the perfect business model. You get customers for life, they don't die, they just keep paying. And if they try to quit, the testosterone crashes, they feel like shit, so they come right back. It's the perfect trap. Now, let's talk about the propaganda. Y'all seen these narratives everywhere. Men today have half the testosterone their grandfathers had. Microplastics are destroying your hormones. If you're over 30, your testosterone is tanking. Every man should get his levels checked. And look, some of this is true. There are environmental toxins, obesity and lifestyle do affect testosterone, but the way they present it is fear-mongering. They make it sound like every man is walking around with low T, like it's impossible to be masculine naturally anymore. But here's the thing. We didn't even measure testosterone back in 1900. So how do we know our grandfathers had twice as much? We don't. It's speculation. And yeah, average testosterone has declined since we started measuring it. But a lot of that is because dudes are fat now. They eat like shit. They don't move. You fix your diet, lose weight, lift heavy, get sunlight, sleep well, your testosterone goes up naturally. But they don't want to talk about that because you can't sell a lifestyle change. You can sell a pill or an injection. That's profitable. So they make it seem like no matter what you do, you're gonna need TRT eventually. And once enough people believe that, once it becomes normalized, then everybody's on it. And the industry makes billions. Yo, this dude showed a reel of a dad putting his 16-year-old son on TRT because he wanted him to be better at baseball. And the comments were like, W dad, and that's good parenting. Bro, what? You really think if that same dad posted, I put my son on steroids for baseball, people would be cheering? Hell nah. He'd get arrested, CPS would be called, he'd be canceled. But because it's TRT, because it's prescribed by some online clinic, suddenly it's fine. That's how normalized this shit has become. And once that door is open, it ain't closing. Look, I'm not saying TRT is never appropriate. If you got a real medical condition, if your ex cut off your balls or some shit, if a real doctor, not an influencer, diagnosed you, then yeah, take your TRT, no shame. But if you're 32 years old, tired from working 60 hours a week, eating like shit, not sleeping, stressed out, and some podcast bro tells you, bro, you just need TRT. Nah, you don't need TRT. You need to fix your life. Sleep more, eat better, lift heavy, get sunlight, reduce stress. Your testosterone will go up naturally, and you won't be dependent on a drug for the rest of your life. You won't be paying $200 a month forever. You won't be controlled by a system that can cut you off whenever they want. Not injecting yourself to feel like a man. So don't fall for the TRT trap, bro. Don't turn your masculinity into a subscription service. Don't let them convince you you're broken just so they can sell you the cure. You're not broken. The system is. And the only way to win is to opt out. I'm Zirk. And remember, if you need a pill to be a man, you're not a man, you're a customer. Peace.